Good morning. Today we are going to start section G7 on complementary angles. Okay. So what are complementary angles? So complementary angles are when you have two angles and the sum of their measurements add up to 90 degrees. Okay. So, couple key things here. We have two angles and their sum adds up to 90 degrees. What kind of an angle measures to 90 degrees? What kind of an angle? Do you guys remember? So the type of angle whose measurement is 90 degrees is a right angle. So if we have a right angle, we give the notation that it is 90 degrees. And we mark it this way right here with the little box in the corner. Okay, so that little box tells us that this angle right here is 90 degrees. Now, complementary angles is if we add two angles. So let's split this up. Okay, so we're going to have two angles. We'll have angle 1 and we'll have angle 2. So what do I know about these two angles? Well, I know I just took this 90 degree angle and split it up into two smaller angles. So I know that the measure of the first angle plus the measure of the second angle is going to equal 90 degrees. Thus, by the definition I just gave, I know that angle 1 and angle 2 are complementary angles. Okay. Now, what I also know is that these two angles here are adjacent. They share a common vertex and they share a same side. Complementary angles do not have to be adjacent angles. For example, I could say angle A and angle B are complementary angles. Okay, so if I have angle A and I have angle B, and I say they're complementary, if this is 60 degrees, what is the measure of angle B going to have to be? Well, I know that they both add up to 90 degrees, so angle A is 60, thus angle B is 30. 60 plus 30 equals 90 degrees. So, complementary angles do not have to touch. They don't have to be adjacent. They could be separate from each other. All that matters is the measurement of the two angles adds up to 90 degrees. Okay. So I want you to try a couple questions. Okay. So we're going to say this. Angle, let's write it like this. A, B, C, and angle C, B, D are complementary angles. Okay. Solve for angle CBD. Okay. So this notation may be new for some of us. Okay. So we have angle A, B, C. Okay, let's say that this is 40 degrees, the measurement of angle ABC. Now, I want you to solve for, let me be specific, the measurement of angle CBD. Okay, so angle CBD is going to be here. Take a second and solve for that angle. Okay, what is that going to be? Okay, so we know angle ABC plus angle CBD is going to equal 90 degrees. They're complementary. Okay, so that means that this measure of angle ABC plus the measure of angle CBD is going to equal 90 degrees. Now I can plug in. Measure of angle ABC is 40 degrees. We know the measure of angle CBD, but we know together they equal 90 degrees. Now, in order to find the measure of angle CBD, minus 40 degrees, and we get this. Oops. The measure of angle CBD is going to equal 50 degrees. Okay. Now, you may come across questions like this. I'm going to have you try it though. Okay. So you're going to solve for x. Okay. Given my two angles are complementary. Okay. So I have two angles here. I'm going to have angle 1, which will be 3x plus 10. And our second angle is going to be 2x plus, why not? Let's say 10 as well. We know that they're complementary, so the sum of them is going to be 90 degrees. Take a second and see if you could solve for x. Okay, go ahead and pause it, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so if these two angles are complementary, we know that if we add them together, they're going to equal how many degrees? 90. Okay. So first step, combine like terms. 3x plus 2x equals 5x. 10 plus 10 equals 20. Okay. Solving for x, minus 20 degrees on both sides. 5x equals 70 degrees. Divide by 5. X equals 14 degrees. Now, if I wanted to solve for each of these angles, I can take this right here and plug it in to x. Okay, so if I did, 14 times 3 is 42 plus 10. This would equal 52 degrees. 14 times 2 is 28 plus 10. This would equal 38 degrees. Okay. So complementary angles, the measurements add up to 90 degrees. Okay. So if you have any questions, again, make sure to email me, ask me in Google Classroom. I can help with any of the work that you guys have. Okay, thanks.